It happened so fast that almost no one caught it first. The live stream was scheduled to be light, fun, filled with jokes, casual chatter, and the usual fan interaction. Wang was smiling, laughing, playing along with the host, answering questions about upcoming projects and his hectic schedule. It seemed like any other day in front of the camera. But then it happened. One moment, he was answering a question about his next filming schedule. The next, something in his expression changed. His eyes softened. His voice faltered ever so slightly. And before he realized it, a name had escaped his lips. Shen Yue. The word hung in the air like a delicate, fragile glass ornament teetering on the edge of a table. It wasn't intentional. It wasn't scripted. It wasn't meant to be shared. But it was. For a split second, the host froze. The camera operators hesitated. The chat exploded. And Dylan's face went pale. He knew immediately that he had said too much. He hadn't planned to mention her. He hadn't prepared for the memories that her name triggered. And yet, in the heat of the moment, the name slipped out like a confession he couldn't control. He cleared his throat, trying to laugh it off. Tried to regain his composure. That's just a thought. But everyone saw it. Everyone felt it. And the viewers didn't miss the way his hands trembled slightly, the way his eyes darted to the side, avoiding the camera, as if he wanted to hide from the world. The chat lit up instantly. Did he just say Shen Yue? No way. He didn't mean to. Someone clipped this. But the fans watching closely knew it wasn't just a slip of the tongue. It wasn't accidental. There was weight behind it. History. Emotion. Dylan hadn't just said her name. He had admitted, without realizing it, that she still mattered. More than anyone else in the world. And the moment he realized, the live stream became a minefield of tension. He tried to move on. He tried to redirect the conversation. But his mind kept replaying the name. Shen Yue. He could see her clearly in his mind. Her laugh. Her eyes. The way she'd tilt her head when she was curious. The way she'd roll her eyes when he teased her on set. And suddenly, he wasn't talking to a camera or an audience. He was remembering. And remembering is dangerous when the world is watching. The chat was relentless. Is this a confession? Did he just call her out of habit or something more? He's breaking down. Dylan felt the weight of every comment, every fan's speculation, every rumor that had ever connected him to Shen Yue. And somewhere in the background, he could hear the host asking another question. But he couldn't focus. He couldn't respond. All he could do was stare at the table, take a deep breath, and try to slow his racing heart. He whispered, almost to himself, I didn't mean to say that. But it was too late. The moment was out. The words were in the world, and no amount of correction could take them back. Fans began to analyze his every movement, the way he shifted in his seat, the slight quiver in his voice, the brief tightening of his jaw. They knew something was happening. They knew something was real. And while the public speculated, Dylan Wang was reliving years of memories he had tried to bury. Memories of Shen Yue, the first time they met on set, the first time they laughed together off camera, the long nights of discussion about scenes, scripts, and characters, the moments that no one ever saw but that had defined their bond. Every fan watching could sense it. Every viewer felt the tension. And the internet exploded with theories. Some said they were secretly together. Some said there had been a falling out. Some said he was just nostalgic. But the truth wasn't simple. It was complicated, messy, emotional, because Dylan's slip of the tongue wasn't just a mistake. It was a window, a glimpse into the truth he had carried inside him for so long. For the rest of the live stream, Dylan's focus was fractured. He smiled when he was supposed to smile. He answered questions, but his mind kept drifting back. Shen Yue. Every time he glanced at the camera, he imagined her watching him somewhere, maybe even seeing the same clip that would later go viral. And the thought made his chest tighten, because he wasn't just worried about public reaction. He was worried about her reaction. Would she see it? Would she understand the emotion behind it? Would she forgive him for speaking aloud what he hadn't meant to reveal? Later that night, after the live stream ended, Dylan sat alone in his room. He replayed the clip over and over. The tone of his voice, the way the words slipped out, the subtle tremor in his hands. And he realized something. He couldn't take it back. He couldn't hide it. And he couldn't pretend he didn't feel the way he did. The next morning, the clip was everywhere. Fans had dissected it frame by frame. News outlets reported on it. Drama channels speculated endlessly. And social media exploded with headlines. Dylan Wang breaks down on live stream. Shen Yue's name escapes Dylan Wang. Fans react. Emotional slip or hidden confession? But Dylan didn't respond. He didn't issue a statement. He didn't correct the record. Because he couldn't. Because the truth was too fragile. Because the feelings behind the word were too real. And somewhere, Shen Yue saw the clip. She didn't comment. She didn't post. She just sat quietly, staring at the screen. And she understood. She understood the weight of the words, the emotion, the vulnerability. And for a moment, across the world, across distance and time, Dylan Wang and Shen Yue shared the same unspoken acknowledgement. The feelings were still there, hidden, fragile, and complicated, but real. And that 7-second slip, that word that wasn't supposed to be spoken, became the catalyst for something they had both avoided for years. Because sometimes the truth doesn't come out in a planned confession. It comes out in a moment you least expect. It comes out in a quiet word whispered into the wrong microphone. It comes out in a way the world sees instantly, but only two people truly understand. Dylan Wang's name for Shen Yue, spoken without thinking, was more than a slip. It was proof. Proof of connection. Proof of emotion. Proof that the story between them was far from over. And while the internet debated, dissected, and gossiped, Dylan Wang and Shen Yue were left with the only thing that mattered. The silent, undeniable truth that could never be erased.